You are literally doing it right now. By trying to push that one specific person or that one embarrassing memory out of your head, you've just locked it in place. It's a glitch in your hardware. Your brain isn't a computer where you can just right-click and delete a file. In fact, the harder you hit delete, the more copies your brain makes. This isn't just you being dramatic or obsessive. It's actually a documented scientific failure called the ironic process theory. Back in 1987, a social psychologist named Daniel Wegner wanted to see what happens when we tell our brains no. He sat people down in a quiet room and gave them one job, just one. Talk about whatever's on your mind for 5 minutes, but whatever you do not think of a white bear. If a white bear pops into your head, ring this bell. Ding, ding, ding. The room sounded like a hotel lobby during rush hour. People were ringing that bell once every minute. Some people were ringing it constantly. But here's the insane part. Wegner then told them, okay, now you can think about the white bear. Those people thought about the bear way more than a separate group that was told to think about the bear from the start. It's called the rebound effect. By trying to suppress a thought, you actually make it the most important thing in your universe. Think about it like this. Your brain has 2 different systems running when you try to forget something. System 1 is the operator. This is the part of you that actively looks for something else to think about. You start looking at the wall, thinking about what you want for dinner, or scrolling through TikTok. But System 2 is the snitch. System 2 is the monitoring process. Its only job is to scan your mind and check, are we thinking about the white bear yet? Do you see the problem? To check if you are not thinking about the bear, your brain has to pull up the concept of the bear to see if it's there. This is why your don't look at their Instagram rule always fails at 2 a.m. You tell yourself, I will not think about my ex. Your monitor process goes, okay, searching for X. Wait, found it. Okay, we are still thinking about them. Stop it. 5 minutes later, are we still not thinking about them? Let me check the X file again. Yep, still there. Good job keeping them out. It's a loop, a 24/7 high-definition unskippable ad in your own head. And it gets worse when you're tired. Remember the operator and the snitch? The operator, the part that tries to distract you, takes a lot of mental energy. It's like a muscle. When you're stressed, busy, or sleep-deprived, that muscle gets weak. But the snitch, the monitoring process, that's automatic. It doesn't need energy. It runs in the background for free. So when you're exhausted, the operator quits and the snitch just takes over the whole screen. This is why cravings hit so hard when you're on a diet. You tell yourself, no chocolate. Now, chocolate is the only word your brain knows. You aren't actually hungry, you're just stuck in a white bear loop. You are literally gaslighting your own subconscious into thinking that chocolate is a threat that needs to be monitored at all times. It's like when a game dev tells you not to go into a specific room. What's the first thing you do? You find a way to clip through the wall just to see what's inside. Your brain has zero chill when it comes to forbidden data. In Wegner's studies, people who tried to suppress a thought for just 5 minutes had a massive rebound where that thought became 40% more frequent later on. Think about that. You spend 5 minutes trying to be strong, and you pay for it for hours of obsession later. You're not failing because you're weak. You're failing because your brain is doing exactly what it was evolved to do. Pay attention to things it thinks are important. So by trying to ban a thought, you're telling your brain, this is the most dangerous, important thing ever. So, how do you actually stop? If trying is the problem, what's the solution? Wegner actually found a few cheats for the system. The first one is counterintuitive. Give up. Seriously, it's called focused distraction. Instead of saying, don't think of the bear, give yourself one specific, boring thing to think about instead. In the study, he told people to think about a red Volkswagen. It worked. When you give the brain a specific target, the snitch has something else to look for. But it can't just be anything. It has to be one specific thing. If you just try to distract yourself by scrolling, your brain is still running the not the bear check in the background. But if you tell yourself, I'm going to focus entirely on the lyrics of this one song, the operator has a job, and the snitch gets confused. You're essentially giving the snitch a fake ID so it stops flagging the thoughts you actually want to keep. Here's the second secret: exposure. If you're trying to forget a memory that makes you cringe, like that time you called your teacher mom or fumbled a high five in front of your crush, stop running. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Sit there and intentionally think about the bear. Think about the ex. Think about the cringe. Do it until it's boring. The white bear only has power because it's forbidden. Once you let it in the room and realize it's just a dusty, boring bear, the monitoring process relaxes. It's like when you see a scary horror movie monster in the daylight and realize it's just a guy in a rubber suit. The mystery is gone. The threat is gone. Your brain stops flagging it as a priority. We see this in the internet lore of our own lives. You know how a meme dies the second a corporate brand uses it? That's because the forbidden or cool energy is gone. It's been overexposed. You need to do that to your own intrusive thoughts. Make them so common and so cringe that your brain doesn't even bother ringing the bell anymore. You're not suppressing it, you're boring it to death. This explains why people with OCD or high anxiety struggle so much. Their snitch process is on overdrive. They're hyper-aware of every thought, which makes the rebound effect 1,000 times stronger. If you're struggling with this, understand that your brain isn't broken. It's just being too helpful. It's trying to protect you from the bear by reminding you the bear exists every 5 seconds. It's like a bodyguard who keeps punching you in the face just to make sure you're still alert and alive. So, here's the reality check. Stop trying to be strong. Stop trying to delete memories. The next time that thought pops up, the craving, the ex, the failure, don't ring the bell. Don't fight it. Just say, "Oh, there's the bear again. Cool, he can sit in the corner." And then, go back to what you were doing.